Hello my dear students. Today we will start with OCM subject. In that we will start with topic number 4, joint stock company. Clear? What is joint stock company? Dear students, you might have heard about many companies, right? Reliance, Tata Steel, then Maruti Udyog Limited, etc. Have you ever think about that who are the owners of this organization? Clear, these organizations are spread all over the world. But do you have any idea regarding how they are formed and managed? So, let us learn about this form of organization. Clear? So, a meaning of joint stock company. A joint stock company is nothing but it is a voluntary association of persons who generally contribute capital. Clear? Here on the screen you can see that joint stock company is an artificial person. It is created by law. That means it works on law. Having a separate legal entity. Separate legal entity, that means here the owners are different and the management persons are different, right? With perpetual succession, that means it's continuity and a common seal, right? You all know that company is an artificial person, so company cannot sign on the document. So what we are using, we are using common seal, that means stem we are using, right? The capital of a company is divided into number of shares of equal value. Clear? Members of the company holding one or more shares are called company's shareholder. So, meaning of joint stock company is nothing. That means company is an artificial person. It is created by law. It has a separate legal entity with perpetual succession and a common seal. Then later we will study the definition of joint stock company. Clear? According to Professor L.H. Henny, right? According to this person, what he says that a joint stock company, again a voluntary association. That means no one is forced to become a member of this organization. Anybody, right? Person of any caste, religion can become the member of joint stock company. Clear? Of individuals for profit. Clear? Having a capital divided into transferable shares and the ownership of which is the condition of membership. That means joint stock company is first of all a voluntary association of individuals. Why these individuals are becoming a part of this company? Because in return what they get a profit in terms of what? Dividend. Clear? Then here we have capital divided into transferable shares. Clear, students? And if the person uh, purchase the share of that particular company, then he will become the member of that company. Clear? Then later we will discuss features one by one. Clear? Number one feature is voluntary association. As I told you that it is a voluntary association. That means any person can become a member of joint stock company. There is no restriction regarding number of shares purchased by one person. Clear? Then after the death, share of any shareholder are transferred to his nominees. Clear? There is no restriction on transfer of shares. Clear, students? The next point we will see registration. As far as registration is concerned, registration is compulsory, right? Without registration we cannot bring that company into the market. So here the registration is compulsory, and it is compulsory we have to do registration as per Companies Act 2013. Clear, students? Then afterwards necessary registration fees have to be paid by the promoters. Then a private company can immediately start its business after getting incorporation certificate, but a public company must obtain certificate of commencement of business, that is also known as trading certificate, to start its business. Then later next point is registered office. You all know that address of registered office of company is mentioned in memorandum of association. Clear? Here all the important documents of a company are kept in the registered office. For example, register of shareholders, annual reports, minutes book, memorandum, etc. All these are kept at registered office. Clear? The next point we will see artificial legal person. A company is an artificial person created by law. That means company is an artificial person. It works, it runs on the basis of law. Clear? It can enter into contract with third parties after registration. Clear? Therefore only law can create joint stock company and only law can wind up it. Clear? That means the company will be started with the provision of law. That means it will work as per law and it will wind up. That means if the company becomes insolvent, then in that case we have to wind up that company. Clear? And it will be wind up as per the law. The next point we will see separate legal status. There is a separate legal existence of joint stock company. It is a separate legal entity apart from its members. You all know that members means the shareholders. They are the owners of the company. And what about the directors, board of directors? They are managing the company. The next point we will see common seal. Right, you all know that company is an artificial person. It does not have any physical body, right? So it cannot make any provision for the signature of the company. Clear? So that is why joint stock company has a common seal. It is used as a signature of joint stock company. You all know that company doesn't have a physical body, so ultimately it cannot sign on the document. So that is why a signature of joint stock company company cannot sign. So instead of that, common seal we are using. Clear? The next we will see the next point, limited liability. Right, you all know that the liability of all shareholder is limited, and it is limited up to the extent of unpaid value of shares held by them. That means here no personal assets will be affected of the shareholders if the company becomes insolvent, right? So that is why here the liability is limited, and it is limited up to the unpaid value of shares held by them. For example, rupees 10, face value of share is rupees 10. If the shareholder has paid rupees 5, then the remaining balance will be rupees 5, will be treated as his liability. Clear? So he is responsible to pay only rupees 5, not the whole amount again. Clear? So that is why the liability will be limited. The next point we will see transferability of shares. Here the person can transfer his shares, right? You all know that the total share capital of a company is divided into small shares, right? So to become a member of the company, it is compulsory to purchase a share. The public shares, that means the share of public limited company, are freely transferable. It means a shareholder can buy or sell shares without permission of the company. But in case of private limited company, the shares are not freely transferable. Then next point we will see separation of ownership and management. As I told you that shareholders are the owners of the company and management is in the hands of board of directors. Clear? So owners who are the owners? Shareholder will be treated as the owners, and they elect the representative to look after their day-to-day business. These representatives are called as directors. Clear? So there is two different aspect. Ownership is different and management is different in joint stock company. The next point we will see perpetual succession. Clear, students? What is perpetual succession? It is nothing but continuity, right? For example, in sole trading concern, if sole trader dies, then ultimately the business has to be shut down. But here it is not like that, right? Here there are many in number of shareholders, right? That means if one shareholder dies or if one board of director dies, then in that case we will appoint other director. Clear? So the death, retirement, insanity, insolvency of any member or employee does not affect the existence of the company. Company enjoys a long life. Clear, students? And the last point is membership. Clear? So you all know that in sole trading, how many members we are required? We required only one member. What about partnership? We require minimum 2 and maximum 50. Clear? Then what about cooperative society? We require minimum 10 and maximum unlimited. So what will be in case of joint stock company? If the company is a private company, then here we require minimum in public company, if it is a public company, then here we require minimum 7 members and there is no maximum limit for that. That means here we can adopt unlimited members. And if it is a private company, then minimum numbers are 2 and maximum numbers are 200 as per Companies Act 2013. Clear, student? So that's all for today, my dear students. What we have learned meaning, then definition and features of joint stock company. Thank you.